Welcome to another episode of Simply Dorales. This is Dorales, your host. Please excuse the noise in the background, for we are traveling. These are questions continued. My audience definitely has the most interesting questions. I'm going to try to get through all of them. We have more that we'll be going through next week as well. So let's get it started. Let me introduce everybody. Everybody say hi.
What's going on? This is KC. How y'all doing?
Guess it's only KC. Okay. So, first question, let's get right into it. Actually, let's do this a little different. Why don't I give people a couple minutes to sign on? And hey, Brandon, how you doing? Shout out where you're from. I see more people joining. We're getting up. Come on, y'all. We can do this. I told y'all I was coming on. Y'all knew to expect me. All right. A couple hundred viewers right now. Come on. We can get it up. If I have 400,000 people that are following me on this page, I need the whole audience. Let's do this together. Amber, how you doing? Where you from? Amber from Austin. Hey, we about to ride through Austin. We ain't far from it. Tyler. Hey, Tyler, where you from? Chicago. Y'all getting that cold weather now. It's still hot in Texas. Starting to get a little chilly up there. Bless you. Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Where you from? Kansas City, Kansas. That's country, right? Okay, keep shouting out. Lee. Hi, Lee. Where you from? Chinatown. Wow. Thanks for listening. Okay, we have Brent. We have Trayvon. I believe that's how you pronounce that. I'm going to try to read everyone off as it's coming up. So forgive me if I do not read your name. But if you want your name on the forefront, you can always hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and send a donation. Okay. Guess we're going to get right into it. First question is, why is it important to set boundaries? I'm going to let KC go ahead and start answering that. No, that's my question. Yeah. Oh, damn, he threw me under the fire. Okay, so it's important to set boundaries because without them, you become a doormat. And nobody wants to be a doormat. Boundaries are very important in any relationship, whether it's platonic or on a more intimate level. Boundaries are even important to have with your parents and your kids. So just, I feel like it's important to set boundaries so so people don't overstep their limits and for a level of respect. That's my answer. Casey?
Boundaries are required so you don't get ran over, disrespected, and I guess just so you don't have somebody or have you or yourself going against values that you try to uphold.
Brandon says boundaries are important so shit don't happen to y'all like it did to me. Well, touche. But hey, you bounce back. You about to get married. You lucky. That was a blessing, Brandon. You'd have married that girl and then later on down the line found this out. That was a blessing. You might not have seen it then, but it was definitely a blessing based on what you told us. Right, Casey?
Yep.
I know you agree with me. I know I'm right. Thank you. Question number 2. Do you think women or men have it easier in today's society? To be honest, I think they each face their struggles. It really depends on where you're at in life. Not just mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, but also financially. It's not, I don't think it's a woman or man thing. I think right now life is hard as fuck right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in today's society that people didn't have to deal with back in the day. There's a lot more going on. So honestly, I don't feel like it's a men versus women thing. Now, if you're talking as far as dating, again, it depends on the type of man or woman, to be honest. I'm sorry, like, objectively, statistically, women, you can say women have it easier. Because from what I be watching from, like, men's perspective and from talking to, like, men and watching other podcasts, they say it's harder to approach a woman. I do believe that men do have to put in a lot more effort. Like, I feel like a girl could walk up to a man and be like, hey, I think you're cute. And more than likely, if the man isn't taken or he finds her attractive, like, he's not going to be like, why are you talking to me? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But it could be the opposite way if it's approached like a man approaching a woman. So if it's in that sense, then women definitely have it easier. What do you think, Casey?
What's the question again?
Do you think women or men have it easier in today's society?
Women definitely have it easier in today's society.
Why?
Because a lot of women, well, this is not based on statistics or anything like that, but when you look at the amount of women that just simply has kids, if you have kids, then you have government support, you have Section 8, you have this, that, and the other. Now, I'm not saying that everybody wants to live like that, but a lot of people that I see, more women than men, the whole, at least at my job, it's kind of a situation was like, dang, find you a woman that's got some this, that, and the other, so a man can catch a break, because the women got it all.
Okay, another question is, do you agree with monogamy? Being that I'm polyamorous, I mean, I feel like what works for you works for you. I don't agree or disagree with it, because there's been relationships that I've been in, even though I'm poly, that I was monogamous, and that's just the way it was. That's the way it worked for that dynamic. I think you have to take it dynamic by dynamic and see what your way of life is. Like, it depends on the people. Sometimes poly is not for everyone, just like monogamy is not for everyone. So you got to figure out, where you want to, like, where you fit in and what works for you. And Brandon, I see your comment. he said who don't want 2 girls? 2, 3, 4. Casey, do you agree with monogamy?
I don't disagree with it. That's not for me. Not my kink.
Okay, next question is, who do you feel is more manipulative, men or women? Ooh, that's a good question. I think it depends on the person. I honestly think women can be hella manipulative, but so can men. I think it depends.
Looking at the majority, which one is it?
If we're looking at the majority, then women.
Okay.
But like I said, I think it depends on the people. Because you got men out here that are hella manipulative. And vice versa. It's crazy though, because some women, when they're out here manipulating these men are so damn stupid, they don't even realize they're being manipulated.
Or they just don't care.
Yeah. One or the other. But honestly, that can go either way. If we're going with the majority statistical, then I would say women, yes. But,
I don't know. You got a lot of simps in the world today, so that being said,
like you.
Ever heard of a woman simp?
I've heard of a doormat. Yeah. You have some women out here that'll do everything for a man, and even though this man is not doing this or doing that, they're still doing everything for that man. That man manipulates them into staying or manipulates. It can go either way.
Sound like you just talking about a good woman that's being mistreated.
Either way. Okay, why do you feel like people need control? People, and like as a person, like just people in general, why do you feel like people need control?
Who is people like that?
You're just saying it's in general, people in general. Why do you feel like control needs to be had with people, like some people?
So they can have their own way.
Okay. I feel like some people need control in certain aspects of their life because they don't have control in others. For example, like I'll use myself for example. When I was younger, I needed to have a lot of control over certain. I micromanaged a lot of things because I didn't have control over my emotions. I didn't have control over my mental state. So I tried to control all the little things, and it kind of came as nitpicking. But as I grew older and as I started to heal and go to therapy and stuff like that, it changed. I didn't need the control. Like, I didn't crave it, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of people need control sometimes because they don't have control. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
What are they saying on the chat? Ain't nobody answering nothing.
Someone's typing, but they didn't post it yet. So I'm gonna wait for them to post it up. They just posted. Tyler said, "Control is about power, and you only need power when you're insecure." Do we agree with that? Because the next question literally is control power.
So my question to that would the law be insecure? Would the president be insecure? A supervisor on a job, a boss?
No, I think sometimes control can also be about structure. There's structure there, in this world needs structure. You can't function without it. Yeah. Rules, regulations, they're put into place. Sometimes they might come and bite you in the face, bite you in the ass, but they're put into place with good intentions sometimes, because to stop something from happening. Like, for instance, you know what? That's a good example. Amber's saying, for instance, the law against predators with children. That's a controlled sense of power, but it's to protect someone who has such little power.
Right. It's about how you use your control. To me, you know.
Yeah, I mean, people that are really in control and that really have power don't need to exert it. They don't need to always flaunt it. Usually someone that's flaunting control or have that need or flaunting, I got power, you know, that flashy shit, they don't really have it. You have to control yourself first and control your mental state, your emotional state, your spiritual state, your financial state, before you can control or have power over anything or anybody. You have to have power over yourself.